When you when you are the first team ever, I think it is, to do 4 successive Final Fours, why mess with the game plan?
Yeah,
Right?
and I mean, yeah, you're right. And this was old school Germany. They were suffocating. They totally took what France threw at them, which wasn't much in fairness in this game, and just put them to bed. It was simple as that. They played really well. We're waiting for that great game from Germany since the first one. This wasn't obviously as bombastic as the Portugal win. However,
No, that was a bombastic jazz style.
yeah, but it was.
Well, that's your definition.
That's my definition of it. I'm sorry.
But I think in many ways it was more impressive because in the Portugal game, of course, the attack was great, but Pepe went out, of course, 10-man football, yada, yada, yada. This game was against a France team who we weren't quite sure about. And I think they were found out somewhat. They'd played some pretty easy opponents so far, the toughest being probably Switzerland, who they smashed 5-2.
Yeah.
Maybe Nigeria, who played them pretty tough. But in this game, France, throughout this tournament, have been playing a possession style of football. They've basically said, you come and get us. In this one, they sat back and played counter, and it's like, well, are you that fearful of Germany? At times, to me, they look fearful. Karim Benzema was really bad in this until about the final 15 minutes.
The early goal didn't help France's psyche, I don't think.
No, of course not, yeah. And that's what they kind of
But I think it might have been
right?
a different game. I think you make a valid point based on what we were looking at. If that early Mats Hummels goal doesn't go in, I think the French, as they get more comfortable, because clearly this is the best team they faced this entire tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe they play less counter and start to flow a little bit like we saw against other teams and have Balbuena and Benzema do their stuff.
They started so negatively, right?
They did.
They really did.
They did.
And go ahead.
The flu apparently had ripped through this team. Mats Hummels
Germany,
missed the last game. A bunch of guys weren't going to start. Was this just a smokescreen? Was any of this real?
Well, I'll tell you what, if Hummels was coming off the flu, man, they should give him the flu more often because he was a beast today.
He was
obviously
sick
scored
like
the
the
goal.
flu? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe it took you that long.
Sorry.
I was leaving it on a tee for you. It's like
Here's
T-ball.
what I was doing. I was waiting
for.
for our guest to finish his sentence.
Well, he has all his notes. He's fine. He has stuff to say.
If I'm not being interrupted, what's the point in coming back, really? It's Tim and Sid after all. It's Tim and Sid. It's not Tim and Sid and guest.
No, it's Tim and Sid and shut up.
And I'm fine with that.
Tim, Sid, and shut up.
But
Brought to you by Don't Open
There we
the
go again. He was a beast. He scored the goal, obviously, and defensively he was outstanding. He was blocking shots. He was clearing the ball, goal-saving tackles.
Great point.
Just brilliant. It was interesting that they went with Philipp Lahm back to right back. Finally,
Is he going to stay there?
well, I guess it depends on the flu, right?
Yeah.
Who's healthy? But obviously, from that performance, Schweinsteiger and Khedira are very good as those two in front of the back four. Lahm on the right is the best right back in world football. They seem far more balanced than they have in previous games. So I think you stick with it. I know Yogi Löw was saying earlier that I like playing Lahm in midfield. That's the plan. I'm not going to tinker with it. And then he does tinker with it. So I think perhaps now he's shown his weakness and he can move on.
Is there anything to the conversation that we had following Brazil's tough win against Chile that you need the one game before you face a Germany? Like France just walked. I mean, Nigeria gave them a game, but they
Never in doubt. Though,
right.
Really.
It was never really in doubt. That one test, and we've seen it in other sports, where you kind of need that test in the NCAA tournament all the time. Team gets a close game early, and then they go on to win the championship. Was there some of that for France? Like they had just never been tested, and Germany kind of had a few along the way?
I think you're right. I think when that draw came out and we saw the French draw, I'm saying, oh, they're so fortunate. I'm sure Didier Deschamps was thinking, damn, I wish I had a tougher draw. And for Germany in that dreadful Group G, they're thinking, man, looks bad on paper, but we're going to be ready for the knockout phase when it comes around. Algeria, of course, was supposed to be an easy last 16 team, but it wasn't. But they won them up, and you're right, it scared them, I think.
I love how Algeria played. They had three guys up the whole. Like they went for it, man. Like that was actually a lot of fun
they
to
were
watch.
countering
I watched
like
it, yeah.
madmen. There's long balls over the top. Slimani, your boy, the one guy we knew
Slimani.
from Algeria.
Oh yeah.
Islam?
He was
no,
brilliant.
You guys knew the other guy.
What's that?
You guys knew another guy.
Feghouli.
Feghouli,
yeah.
Valencia.
My guy, Feghouli.
Slimani's your guy from Sporting Lisbon.
Right.
That's your boy.
Mboli was a goalkeeper as well. So there's
All right.
3 players. Thank you very much.
Soccer names.
But I really feel like that helps. Like once you've escaped, I really feel that like in the moment you're always like this is too much. And we've seen it with Canada in Olympic Games, right? Where you want that one tough game that slaps you in the mouth and gets you going.
So that's real.
Right.
If we don't play well, and quite frankly, that last game scared Love enough to play Lahm back at right back, which he said he wouldn't do. So,
Right.
he's changing mid-tournament, which he didn't want to do, but in the end it paid dividends. We're in the semifinals again.
And it might, as we look forward, it might play a factor today as Colombia takes on Brazil.
Yeah.
Just one last thing on Germany before we move on.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
that's the next one, though, obviously. Manuel Neuer, I want to go back to the end of that Champions League when Madrid tore him to pieces. And Sergio Ramos just scored a bunch of goals. And he didn't look good in Bayern Munich's net at the end of that Champions League. He is rounding into form nicely here. He's making people forget how that season ended.
He's made 2 saves in this game, at least, but 2 saves that will be on the highlight reels. One early going against Valbuena was maybe, it's not the save of the tournament, but
pretty
top
good,
5.
pretty good.
In fact, we're just debating should it be in our top 5 saves, and it should be. And then late in the game against Benzema, it was a big, powerful drive, top shelf, stuck out the left paw.
That was the last chance of the game.
Oh, it was incredible. Great save. So, yeah, and he's been arguably their best player for years now. He is arguably the best player in world football, outside, certainly the best goalkeeper in world
What makes
football.
Germany great is you can have this discussion for hours about who really, pound for pound, is the best guy on that field. And I don't think you could sit there for 2 hours, and I don't think you can come with a very clear answer.
And that's why it's so hard to play them, right?
They're so damn deep.
Yeah, you play Argentina, you mark Messi. You play Brazil, you mark Neymar. You play Germany, who do you mark? Ozil's been poor once again today.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be their best player.
They subbed him off right there at the end. I
Yeah.
found that interesting for Mario Götze. That was pretty interesting.
Schürrle came on, played really well once again.
Schürrle's a good player.
He
man.
is.
Like
He's
he's gonna find room. If it's not Chelsea, somewhere else where he's gonna be a star.
Yeah.
He's just waiting. He's just gonna bust out. The guy has all the tools.
Surely he'll find a new team.
That's a name joke.
Oh, that's sorry. Lance went to the washroom. I wanted to